سلام، امروز اومدیم با یکی از سری مسابقات کال آف دیوتی وارزون. بله وارزونه. میخوام یعنی توی 7 بازی 5 دقیقه آخرش رو بذاریم، یعنی دیگه زون داره بسته میشه و ببینید چه اصلا کیاسیه. بدون معطلی میریم که ویدیوها رو ببینیم. برو بریم.
For the buy for some resources, they got plenty of cash to work with, and right now it might be a regain simulator for this squad. Again, I'm gonna harken something back to what I said yesterday, as the team Falcons mostly has gained side by side, shoulder to shoulder. They've regained and able to make it to the buy to get some resources. This is their worst in circle, in my opinion. You can see Shifty actually being cut down by Gooey off screen. City is not a great rotation for them. There's just too many people in the way when they have to come all the way from the north map all the way into City. So 55 players on this map.
زون نهایی ببینید چقدره، چجوری ممکنه 20 نفر توی زون
whether it's Team North, whether it's FaZe Black. Keep your eyes on them because they've only acquired 4.8 points throughout this first match. And if the Falcons foul here, keep your eyes on the likes of Team Echo, Team Aiden, Team Community, the squads that are still up and have the capabilities of getting themselves into those higher multipliers.
Again, Super Evan squad in another great position. That's the Salmon 9, but here's a push. Swag's team decides to relocate. They decide to go for an early rotate, and the smoke and run apparently works. Biffle more in transition. Can't get anything for it. They can't find a kill to save their life right now in the first game. They've got a lead overall because of yesterday finally finds Roddy. That's a big one, of course. It's a top 5 team. We can keep pushing the equation here and rotate to new. They still got a chance for a good game, not a great one. But where do you go from here? Every angle is being looked at, aside from this tall building next to you, because Super Evan's team's on the bottom.
No money to buy back. We are going to be a duo. And I'm thinking I'm going to hear the sounds of smokes being popped in Warzone in my sleep at this rate. A buyback nearby, but this is going to be one heck of a rotation, and we kind of need to chow and clear out this Team Super Evan from the building, because if not, on our rotate, they're going to mirror us. We already are kind of hitting that peak, maybe them to extend on out.
This is brutal. The amount of angles they can get shot from right now is insane, and like you said, smoke and run are certainly the strategy. Super Evan's team is not going to bite on that, which is lucky for the Falcons, as they are able to rotate again back to a team that nearly wiped them before, a swag squad. Where do you go from here? Folks, we have 43 players in this lobby and dropping 16 teams as we're about to pop into the 8th circle here shortly. An unreal statistic. We'll see how many players can rat out underneath this bridge here in a moment.
And Omid EU wiped another one just before coming on over this. We already have a bunker buster in our back pocket. We have recon drones for information.
bunker buster جواب میده.
This is how you set up. We rotated early, we got powerful position.
یعنی اگر بانکر باستر داشته باشی تمومه. میفل کلن وایپ شدن فالکن. الان هم اولن، یعنی نگاه کنید تو بازی های دیروز همون که امروز که شروع شده اولن. من معلوم نیست، ممکن بازی بعدی کلن وایپ بشن، اصلا معلوم نیست. یعنی شاید 5 دقیقه اول وایپ بشن. بابا ببین سیف این زانه چند تا آدمه.
FaZe at the bottom of this building with a chance to do great work.
They call in a bunker buster and just drop it straight on the center of everyone. There's even a squad that already began to rotate that CT on them because FaZe has found themselves completely surrounded, and honestly, our wildcard team from North America still in the mix as well. Still not enough of them wants to bring it to the table today. Already picking apart that FIFA kill team.
Fastball special doesn't quite connect, but Juki gets cut down from the EU, who's trying to make a play for some semblance of reprieve in the chaos of this circle. Panda also trying to do the same, immediately cut down, because who has ultimate high? It's the other Falcons. Falcons Mina with a great chance here to take a banger map and leapfrog their way up this leaderboard. So much room to work right now with a lot of the top teams already being eliminated. You're not seeing nearly any of the top 5 still in the top 5 in this lobby. It's FaZe with a huge chance to jump into the top 4, top 3, or maybe beyond, depending on their kills. We've made it to the top, we'll collect the sides first. The question is, can anybody take out the Falcons' Mina squad on Ultimate High.
Well, you got FaZe here, and well, they've got a bit of space to work with, but you have to keep your eyes on that Team Colony 2K. A lot of teams are going to want to play for that space. Make this a big prominence burn. Sage on 5, getting Mixie.
Okay, FaZe, we see you. Job not done, though. We need the 2x multiplier. The problem is the Falcons being up on high ground yet again, raining terror from above. Sage being contested below, above, and everywhere in between. Nick will be cut down. Colony 2K leaving this lobby. Where is FaZe? Find him. Hamu trying to make a big play. Deep in the gas. 6 last alive for the team. No, it's Omen up on high. We've seen the circle tower, and Omen has a chance to close out. Cloudson being cut down. No, Omen trying to gas. It's Gooey. FLS, Cloudson. They keep winning. Colony 2K wins the 1v2. Colony 2K on top. Somehow, some way, we go from winning the solo YOLO as Nick Cool to instead Team Colony 2K keeping up the momentum and saying we're not done yet, we're just getting started. 6th place yesterday, winning map 1. Wow.
Look, that's everything that you need, right? You got 20 advanced starting points coming into today. You get a 2x multiplier right off the rip. And to think that they were a North American wildcard team, right? They had to win it to be able to get to the World Series of Warzone Global LAN Finals. And man, they are coming out hot.
What a chaotic in circle. FaZe, right? They're in 6th place overall right now. Still.
خب بریم برای ادامه بازی بعدی لحظات آخر ببینیم چی میشه. نه همش نمیدونم چه می روی تیم فالکون حالا حق داره اولا.
Likely on high ground here. There's nobody else in the area if they take down King AJ. The only team even close is Periwinkle 35, which is going to be Team Colony 2K coming across the bridge. The Falcons get the white. They're set up on the northern side of that zone.
خونه معروف تو
Okay, Team Echo, let's see what you got.
پدر اون در بردن انگار اینو بگیرن مثلا جایزه نوبل بهشون میدن. ما به اینجا میگیم سگدونی. چون هر کی اصلا میاد تو بازی میپره تو این.
Again, it just feels like Jason's trying to play pubs in that moment. You're not winning a 1v2 against hardly any team in this lobby, if anyone, especially not this squad, who's been dominant all day yesterday into today. It does look like Aiden, well, he stayed alive. That's a boon, but 26th place right now. He needs a ton of multipliers, and he's got to wait a very long time. We're looking for top 10 likely to get paid at all from the kills that they maybe have scrapped together. Probably 6-7 as we set up for new.
Just camouflage, right? We don't have any more plates. We do have cash to get another player back. And towards that end game, a lot of people like to invest those portable buy stations. But you think to the north, where the Falcons had cleared out, they were already preparing for a zone pool of that nature. It actually doesn't go their way. So teams still from the north, like Colony 2K on your screen here, they're going to have to deal with that frenzy of just getting deeper into Old Town.
Yeah, this is what could have been a very tough rotation for the Falcons. Ends up actually being a pretty easy one for now. They're able to make it to cover and have plenty of time to work with for this new zone close. 2 teams, though, to your left, if you're the Falcons. They're actually picking up kills from distance in this position, and it looks like these 2 teams, or at least one of them, is going to actually push out early right into Benzi's squad. This is good news for the Falcons because they know no one is looking at them. The only player even close is actually Aiden, who's just going to be prone out looking for placement. So the Falcons make their way somehow for free again into zone, into new. And there's only one player in their way who immediately gets cut down. Slide is out of here, and the Falcons somehow have a pretty solid position if they can work their way into those brick buildings.
And Aiden gets ripped by Shifty. Full wipe for Team Aiden there, but we're talking about the timing that the Falcons were able to use to thread the needle of the zone and move almost dead center. The only squad that is neighboring and challenging them for that endgame good positioning is going to be Reply Totem.
That's right, Reply Totem in the area. And again, these buildings aren't sturdy, but they're buildings, so it works for now. We're looking for top 10. We still have 23 teams remaining in the 5th and closing into 6 circles. We're going to swing over and see Team Echo get cut down somehow, some way. The Wolf and his pack had made the better of what was a frustrating start to this match. Unfortunately, right as I say that, the transition, they get cut down. I don't know how many kills they have. A decent game on their hands if they can stay alive, but right now it looks like Empathy is the only one that's healthy and has a very difficult rotation. This team is a really good squad. They just can't get anything going in the last couple maps.
And it's not like we have resources to try and help that. I can't throw a smoke on you, cross and hit the res. I'm just trying to live at this point underneath the bridge and keep your eyes there. Looking to clean up some eliminations. They're on a pretty powerful hitter here, and Empathy falls.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just screamed wow because look at the zone. They have a ton of cover to play around with should they want it. This is why they could have very easily pulled the southern side down. Now Community has a very difficult rotation. To get to some pieces of cover as Shifty is going to ward off any again on new zone. This will be theirs for the win.
پول بکنه بری جای دیگه کارشون سخته. البته اسموک میدادن اسموک نداشته باشن که اصلا نمیتونن برن.
One smoke in the back pocket, but we've got to clear out the southwestern side of things. This team Community is starting to get onto the move here. There's going to be a big collapse there on that, and look who's got angles. It is Shifty. He is trying to cut people down on rotates, but what he doesn't do, he doesn't get the full-on unrational, and they get him back up on his feet.
And Sage phase trying to play aggressive and trying not to get cut down. The Italians are here to play spoilers somehow. Taking down one could be a boon for Adrian. There's actually a portable buy way down here deep in the gutters. Should be able to get the buy off, and that means all three of FaZe are at least floating, looking for that multiplier, looking for top 10. We're on 12 right now. These are key moments as Warzone squad is cut down. CT Red still in this, looking for top 10. Looks like our squad from Mexico has a chance to go big. Look who else is still in that. That's Watch Waldo. Nickel, our former map winner, a chance to go back to back.
Under the bridge. Keep your eyes on that mini map. DRN have already moved into the next circle and are ready for everyone to make that Hail Mary rotation towards it. 11 squads, and we're looking for a 1.6x multiplier. We've got the portable buy. We're looking for the resources for endgame and a PDS to play if we need it.
And an in zone as Omit NA still in this, by the way. Look at that, number 15, that's Omit NA. I don't know which player it is, but they have lurked all the way into top 10 looking for some multipliers. They needed it. It is Braxton, by the way, is the last remaining player. A heroic solo play could be a huge boon for a squad that had a frustrating day yesterday. Our Italians continue to play spoiler to this FaZe squad. Decent multiplier, solid kills. FaZe is having a good day. Can we make it a great one? Sage with a pistol and a dream right now, trying to lurk and wait until the top 5. Just kidding, he's got an STG, we're fine.
I mean, look, they had 12 eliminations in match number 1. Sage is on 5. We're looking for that 1.8x multiplier if we can get it. And maybe pick up a couple more while our teams are looking to rotate out of the gas. Even the Falcons on the other side, still outplaying the PDS if they can, going straight up against Colony 2. Commit NA down, and, well, Savvy Ultras, you gotta be wary or you're gonna be right there with them.
All right, Sage, what can you do, my man? I was touting your ability, and off screen we're actually seeing a lot of the Falcons being cut down. It's actually Ahsoka last alive by himself doing Ahsoka things, trying to stay alive. Dongi gets cut down. Sage picking up some kills in transition. It's actually a cleanup for some opponents, but even still, it's a boon for him. Community in trouble. Community out from Ahsoka off screen. The problem is DRN has all 3 alive, but they're not in zone. Sage has more Sage. How about more? Top 5 Ahsoka is still in this. An unbelievable moment. Why not drive the car around? So far, so good. Sage is in trouble with low resources. It's DRN zipping up. Watch out for him as Sage continues to make heroic plays. It somehow has the last piece of cover in zone. Aside from the new building in the last circle, could Sage do it? Likely no, but I'm here and I'm waiting to see what he can do as DRN made the perfect rotation for the zip to top of the building. I only expect this team Destroy to win it all. They do.
They take out the Falcons, and now still DRN from the high ground, but Sage still putting
on the
a valiant effort. 1.8x quality 2K in the end game as well with DRN as the great hunt begins. They just have to find the last one.
Unbelievable consistency from Top Colony 2K. He technically got a 1v2 last time. Could he get a 1v3? I think we just have to wait and find out, but I've got to tell IGL,
4 نفر.
Destroyed to zip to the top of this
یک
building.
به سه.
Secure top 2. It's a
یک به سه.
3v1. Nearly insurmountable at this
تمام
point.
دیگه.
Let's just watch and wait.
Oh,
All
what?
2K can do. See you later. Team Destroy on top. He wants the money. He's going to give it to him. And after finally a great game,
آقا من طرفدار دیسترویدم دیرینر اینا دیستروی خیلی خوبه.
It's going to be a brand new day tomorrow.
باریکلا.
Well done, Team Destroy. DRN on top.
روز یک دیستروی شاید بگم تیمش
Stand up, celebrate.
تو 5 دقیقه اول وایب شدن. بازی دو هم همینجور. بازی دو یعنی تصمیم گرفتن که دیگه مثلا فایت ندن الکی نرن تو فایت اول بازی خود برن جلو یک کمی برن جلو حالا تکیل برن چون تیم خیلی مهمه توی بازی ها اول شدن خیلی مهم نیست شاید خیلی مهم نیست امتیاز ها با کیله بازی دوم گفتن آقا بذارین یواشتر میریم فایت ها رو فرار میکردن این گیم اومدن که زدن برادن بریم برای گیم بعدی بریم اونا چی میشه اونم گیم دو بود گیم سه قبلی که دیستروی بود دیستروی هنوز تو جدول نیومده بالا چون گفتم که گیم یعنی روز یک خیلی بد بودن یه جور اصلا خیلی کم کیلو زودی مردن و وایب شدن و حالا بریم
Unsurprisingly, by the way, that I called a periwinkle. That is definitely a blue 35 with that Watch Waldo team calling it 2K. They're still alive. They're fighting right now. They're losing Nick Cool. But this team went first, second, and they're trying to better again in this next one. So they're losing one off screen or a little bit further down the line. You do see only NA has regained fully and are moved into the new zone as well. You see Exiles were able to make their way out of the resort and have crept down to new. But right now, Dongi and Unrational are just lying in wait and looking for somebody to make a mistake and maybe somebody's head to get popped.
Well, 4NJs picks up XMQ, and that's a full squad wipe, so we don't have to worry about them looking for a regain over here. But Exiles, man, they are just hunting, waiting to use that Car 98 and find a down pistol. Down below, you can see them just on that screen, but Met NA, and of course, Team Aiden in the distance. We got Pentagon, Melvin, Fuzzin as well, with 26 teams here. You have to make sure these circles can be fickle, right? Depending on those end game pools, whether you have to cross that road, that will cost you so many placement points. But for Team Aiden, who took the early rotation with Team Falcon's Mena kind of mirroring them, right? They're constantly staying just a step ahead, and it's only a matter of time before they start to pick them apart.
Crazy, and it's a great call. The early rotation is going to pay in kind, but again, the zone pulls further north, and now we're, of course, still in Seaport, but right where it looks like that Watch Waldo team was, and then Team 30, which is the Team Clapper team that I think had 7 kills throughout the entirety of yesterday combined in all 6 games, have a chance to have a good one if they can hold that position in the middle of zone as they're getting pushed. Everybody wants their spot. It's going to be difficult to do so. That darker blue 30, that's the best spot right now, especially on this south side, and there's a lot of teams that are going to be gunning for it.
They're starting to move. The Falcons have already found themselves a home, but it's not a good one. Ahsoka gets ripped from the ultimate high ground. Leonard, little Mario going to do the work on them. Biffle only on 3 eliminations, and you're going to have to fight off everyone hailing from the north on that. It's going to be Aizen, Hollow, the next biggest threats to them.
Huskers team, the Exile squad, has made their rotation in and actually have a nice position on the northern side. So a couple gatekeepers right now as everybody's trying to get a piece of the pie, a piece of some cover, and a place somewhere. We need some multipliers. Still 23 teams up as we're moving into the 7th. This is unreal, nearly unprecedented on this side of the map. This reminds me of City. Everybody playing slow. There's $1 million on the line. And on screen, it does look like our Watch Waldo
اجاره کردم و رفت طبقه بالا و میگه من همکف دوست دارم و تو بالکن در قلیون میکشه
Look at this layer cake action all across these condos.
No, this is going to be brutal. We are pulling to the open ground outside of the condos, and sometimes you just got to find yourself a balcony, go prone. You don't have any plates there for Scummin to kind of reconvene.
اگر بیاد سمت ساختمونک خیلی قرار طول بکشه چون چند طبقه اگر بیاد وسط خیابونه که دیگه شوتی تمومه.
On your screen here, all 3 up. Moore's in the back pocket and a precision airstrike to just absolutely wreak havoc on the lobby.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right, Huskers. MK sniping for the win.
My bad, Husk. I knew I was familiar with the game. Through the body, but we go to Aiden squad. PDSs for days. It's Omit in A versus Team Aiden, and it's a brutal one. Blood trading hands, but no one will falter. Not yet. Sharing a wall like a townhome. This time it's in condos. Juju, little fastball special.
Oh, I got it.
Aiden gonna get the win. No, doesn't get the cleanup. This squad's still in trouble, but Omit in A is out of here. We are deep in the gas, but we got a buy station for some gas masks.
Hey, that's how you make a replay of that. And a PDS in the back pocket. Elsewhere, the Team Falcons men have fallen. Team Community still struggling, but we still have to get into that next circle. Knowing that it pulls out into the open, we want to take our time, smoke and run here. And look what we see just ahead of us. Cloud9 being wiped by Dayu Samir's squad.
Good grief. CT Red getting into the mix and cutting down one of the top teams today. CT Red still in the mix, finding more team wipes, finally losing Dayu Samir. But the question is, you might be asking, where is the zone? Where is the zone? It's all the way on the other side. Who's there? The Exiles have been here since the beginning. First 22 jumping, they were here. Here comes Vegas Inferno. Hometown Heroes trying to make a play for day 2. Getting punished. Wait, Almighty Team. Okay, Drolic. Do you still have the gunny? Huskers makes the move. Last alive for this squad, trying to play from underneath. It's the Exiles. It's Vegas Inferno getting cut down. It's Rocket. It's Zakar. They're blasting off again into second. They had 7 kills yesterday in total. Could they win it all? Or will the veteran of Huskers win by Bring me my teammates. We're not done yet.
Now we make it a 3v2. We cut the difference, throw some thermites into the mix, and this wing comes in. We get it. Now we're looking for Zakar. Rolling from the high ground. He drops down, cleans it up, and the Huskers return to form is what we need on land.
He's been doing it for years, folks. He told me it would be a different day. A solid performance yesterday, but a fantastic performance in map 3 of day 2. The Exiles on top, and not only because of the gunny, but because of the high IQ, big brain plays from Huskers. He says, I don't need to be the hero. I want my team to win. The double buyback, the chow, the win, the blood. His teammates get the victory with him.
And I'm trying to look at Husker's screen right now. I'm like, show me the eliminations. Huskers had about potentially 6. Only goes to show what the other squad mates have.
یه سر به نتیجه ها بزنیم از 1 تا 10. بعدش هم ما بقیش هم میریم. خب آها این هنوز دیستورای بالا نیومده. یه وینم آورده ولی بالا نیومده.
Their flowers because Omid and a team definitely coming alive.
I noticed they're in 10th place DRN. They were in 6th after their win. They do fall down a little bit, and that comes off the back of them not getting as many elims off of their placement points. So 2 things have to go together if you want to be the global champion. We take a look at our second page. Gio, any team standing out to you?
It obviously has to be
this is a team judging by the way that they yesterday.
You would expect them to come in really, really hot today. And for whatever reason, they just haven't. I don't know. I feel like Enkio just hasn't been that player that we saw him be yesterday.
I'm not going to bring it up just yet. I think that they've been heavily spot on high ground. Still a decent amount of cover with rolling hills. And yet, again, it's super this team dead center of zone. But they have to find kills if they want to jump up this leaderboard and earn a sizable amount of cash. You also see Community right around the corner from FaZe in that pink 20. They're here lying in wait. They are a top 5 team.
You said kills and Omit EU said, yes, sir, I'll give that straight towards you. FIFA kill in the distance. And this is where we start the gatekeeping. I'm only worried about the water cross later, but FaZe Black on your screen and he's looking to close the gap, find the angles, let it rip with the thermites, but choo-choo, the train is here in Quality 2K. We knew you were a wild card, but this is a good way to shake some things up.
You're gonna stop that train. You're going straight.
They're just gonna keep going. Goodbye.
Stop that train. There's a John Mayer song in there somewhere, but Gromelok's looking for a couple eliminations on the edge. And like you said, they were holding edge of zone. And frankly, it does look like as the train. We're gonna get a replay of the train.
Wait, not like this.
Not this.
Thank you, production, for the replay. But man, that one hurts. Can we get them back in? I saw the portable buy trying to come on in. You've got cash. We need Heeds back in the fray.
افتخاراتش کشته شده با قطار.
Somewhere with a single elimination, or maybe it's Thomas. I don't know. Even still, the Falcons are in trouble. We're losing
چپ و راستش کردن.
Do we get it?
We're still in it for a moment, but Jackals gotta see him. Somebody look, no! How are the Falcons still in it? Hisoka is alive. Bush Wookie or otherwise. This man is still up.
Look at Dark though. PDS, he'll be incoming. And Soka knows it. 2 eliminations. If Dark's not careful, he's going to get his head ripped off. Another PDS gives him more information. Oh, are we doing this?
It's BD Binza right behind as well, deep in the gas. Dark knows Hisoka is here, and it's maybe the only player until those shots are fired. I mean, we have to stay here. Falcons have an opportunity right now to open up this leaderboard to a new leader for the first time in eons. And that's exactly what happens. BD Binza the leaderboard, but they know exactly what they need to do to open it up as Aiden's team also falls near the final game here. This is brutal for everybody. Unless you're in lower than 10th place right now, you are screaming to the fences and saying, yes, please, we want more games. This is one of the only other squads still in this game that could continue to push the equation on the leaderboard and maybe take the lead with Aiden's squad down.
Yeah, all eyes on Team COD Unity scumming on 8 eliminations. Don't take too long there. Keep your resources for the end games. We're even throwing the bouncing Betties on the stairways. But the Revenge Tour, they're on the rotate. So many teams looking at that building, trying to escape. Bunker busters, smokes galore, and well, quite frankly, here we go. Down goes the mine, and we're already shooting to make sure we can do as much damage as quickly as possible. Take one down, rip it apart.
This new zone is going to be everything.
It's so cheesy, man, but I love it.
This new zone, whatever this pull is everything. And look at where it goes. Exiles in a perfect position to try to get 2 wins today. Look at squad 7 holding watch wall on the river. We're looking for top 10. We're going to lose Colony Q10 here likely. We're going to lose a lot of multipliers. Somehow Sage and Co still in this one. But the Exiles have taken one of the best positions on this spot. Now, yes, they're low ground, but they have a ton of cover. Whereas a lot of these other teams do not have this same luxury. I like this spot for a top 5 position. We'll see what these final circles look like.
Yeah, but I'm nervous about this side of the circle as the pool comes through. It's going to be higher risk, but you can walk away with a ton of eliminations. DRN across the way. Team Vitality with Steve-O just there. And FaZe, Adrian, and Swag as well as they get another squad wipe. Incoming streaks are going to help, but the Exiles, they'll have a safe course of passage on the north. And Little A here in a bit of trouble. Swag down and out. And we've got Cash taken out by J-Tech. Revenge Tour wreaking havoc.
Dongi last alive for his team. They get cut down. Top 10, a good game, but not the game they were hoping for. Revenge Tour enacts revenge and then moves on their merry way. Vitality still in this potentially, but again, it's the Exiles on the low ground in one of the best positions right now. Where does the zone pull? It doesn't go to the Exiles this time. It's Team 29. It's FaZe Black still in this somehow. They've got an opportunity for a massive game because they get zone rotation. Top 5, DRN cut down just out of 1.8. They needed it bad. Now the question is who's going to get the 2x? And Jackal saying we've got to make a play for down.
Nuke still up, but the Wolf goes down and they set their sights straight onto him, clearing out the rotations. We get ripped from the left, falling down as well. Huskers last standing. We saw the clutch just in that prior map. We have to keep on moving. We're caught between so many players here on top of the bridge. It's not going to be enough. We will fall with a 1.8x multi. But look at the rotate coming in from EXO Esports.
It's Cams. It's Loss. It's Yavix. We've been waiting on you this entire tournament. Trying to play spoiler game. He shoots straight. And when you have all of your teammates alive, an opportunity knocks. Will FaZe Black take it or will Cams play spoiler? 2 down. It is all up to Gabe. Win the 1v1 game. FaZe Black are your winners. Unbelievable. Well done. Amazing rotation from Military. The regain and the win. Finally, we can scream FaZe Black's name. Welcome to the party, gentlemen. The question is, how many eliminations did they have? And was it worth it? Was it enough to earn an extra set?
Do you remember just a few games ago?
Shifty you said a nice kill
tower.
Folks, we still got 23 teams in this lobby. As Ahsoka says, okay, you want placement, coach? Fine, I'll fly to high ground and wait, we've got enough kills. We need the multi to pay off, so I'm going to let my teammates die and just do my thing.
We're still on the cargo side. We have $70. The self-res comes through, but now when you've got other teams still looking to gatekeep you, it's EXO Esports, the end game. We saw them just that fast map, and they were looking to work on cleaning up these squads. Juju just down in front of boxes. We don't have a gas mask. No PDS. The time is right, and we are just going for it. If we we don't see them, we don't look at them, no one knows we're here. But Exiles in the building ahead, Soka in the tower.
It's got to be trigger discipline. Ahsoka just has to sit there and wait. He cannot make a move. If he starts shooting his gun, people are going to know they're going to shoot at him. He needs top 10. This is a great map for them with the multipliers. It's going to stretch the equation. We lose Omit in 18th place, so they also don't achieve a massive multi, as Exiles have a decent position, but they lose one and get bunker busted, and Ahsoka is just still playing that high ground position. Who's still alive? It's Team Aiden trying to play spoiler. Could potentially have a really strong game right now to close this gap on the Falcons and COD Community, having a pretty decent game in their belt. And still, who's still alive? It's Team Aiden trying to play spoiler. Could potentially have a really strong game right now to close this gap on the Falcons and COD Community, having a pretty decent game in their belt, and still plenty of multipliers to play for.
Well, you got Insight Gaming owning the train, working on getting to the circle. FaZe Black just ahead of DJ Moss, and this is going to be so epic for them. Now think of a brilliant game if they can just get double-digit eliminations and then maybe a 2x multiplier. They can call the top of the leaderboard after this, depending on what Soka is able to do. Now we go. We look forward. FaZe to the right. FaZe Black to the right as well. We need to claim the train.
The battle for the train is currently
a
brutal one, as Ahsoka is trying to make a huge play here. So he goes into the water. See you later. Ahsoka now on 5.
We got more plates.
We're creeping up to top 10. Ahsoka knows where he needs to get to. Just make sure he doesn't drown as he's getting shot at. Everybody's looking at him. Everybody's looking at the water. Quite literally fish in a barrel. So let's smoke and run for cover, or rather swim for it. As Exiles the entire team in the water. Revenge tour in the water. Ahsoka has a moment to breathe, literally, to replay back up and try to make a play. He's one of the best players in the game for a reason. This is a massive moment to very easily 3 teams could die in the next 15 seconds. That could be all he needs to make it to top 10 and get a nice multiplier to move on his merry way to further up this leaderboard.
They don't know there's a shark in the water.
Wiz.
The fact that no one has found out yet. A stun connects. We're still peeking. Here comes the damage. Not a lot. We're moving straight on over, but back to swag we go. We talked about the battle for the train, and well, we're working on it.
He's done it. Hisoka is out, but he got 10th. He got his multiplier. An unreal effort. A great game, but we're just now into the end game, and the battle for the train is deep in the gas. This train will not stop not right now. So St. kills, picks up Stukex in transition, and Adrian's able to make it to zone. Makes it into the top 8, looking for top 5. Aiden and Z-Smith, a duo off to the edge of the map. Hunting kills in gas as well. Omit EU still in this, way deep in the gas, up probably PDSing, hoping for the zone pull.
Team Aiden just wiped down to the final 5 we go. Malaya solo here on your screen. 1 elimination, no money to buy the teammates back, and look at the pool for them. Every elimination here will be worth 1.8 if we can get them. The static HV, all we have, thanks to the base mag of 50, could do the work. But FLS down. Last standing, and well, you've got the Exiles. They've already won 1, and they're looking to go back. But not. They get
3 تا تیم 4 تا آدم. از هر تیم یه آدم هست. یکیش دوتایی هست. اینا همینا دوتایی هست. باقی تکه.
So deep in the gas, so many PDSs. Inkyo a solo. It's a 2v1 with Adrian on one side, Inkyo on the other. They're pushing Inkyo. Adrian has a third-party possibility, but he's low ground. He can't make the play. Omit EU goes down. It's the final 2 teams, and it's Adrian as a solo. He's got to win 1v2 with the PDS. Adrian, this is going to be a brutal fight, my man. I'm not sure he can do it. It's going to be Julian on top. They did fantastic yesterday. Fantastic consistency. Welcome back to the podium. Welcome back to the main stage. That was a gigantic game from a trio. Not a lot of fun from. 12 by
خب بریم برای گیم 6.
They scored 3 when we checked in with those other teams. Now the fight on the other side. I love. Let's keep hot swapping back and forth. These are crucial moments right now. And Omit EU now in a fly trap with a stone on one side, Shifty and Bipple on the other. They push the equation. Gromit Choke with no shots. Several thermites zoning Shifty off. He's got to address this fight from another angle. Come swinging in the gas station. Say hello for your cat. He says no. Yet again he's playing spoiler. Bipple getting into the mix. Shifty getting into the mix. And they take him out. Omit EU cut down, only losing one. The Falcons on top. The Falcons that much closer to making it to 150 points. And in the meantime, Community in deep trouble.
Where is Enkyo? I know FaZe Black. It was flanked, I believe, that knocked him earlier before that fight actually occurred. Dongy down below the catacombs there, beneath the sea here. Swag, Adrian. Oh, 7, last alive. Just seems to be the nature of the game for them. 26 teams still up. Yes, they can frag, but it's getting into the end games. It's getting the multipliers and letting those points culminate. 125.2. We are within striking distance. Let's say you win this game. There is a good chance that you breach 150 for Team Community.
Okay, reminder, by the way, the Falcons needed, what, 25.8 points or something similar to it.
Okay.
They have 13 kills right now. If they don't win without a single another elimination, they've done it. They're likely going to do it if they pick up more kills in the rotation. It looks like Hisoka was able to get some. We still got to keep our eyes on Dongy because, like you said, Community is still in the equation, albeit entirely on the back of the young gun Dongy.
And I'm really nervous here. You're just tanking gas at this point. You have FaZe above you. And that rotate, the trigger discipline, we have to time this to perfection because now we are just reaping. But back to the Falcons we go. Someone else has tried to lay claim. It's going to be Team Echo.
آتیش بازیه، چهارشنبه سوریه، فشفشه میندازی.
Today they're outside the top 5. Soka about to be here in a 2v2. Oki, the third connects. He's down. He's out. Prodigy is just trying to reassess.
This is now 15 kills. Folks at home that want to do the math. 1.8 times multipliers. What we're looking for if we can make it to top 5. We still have 2 teams remaining. We have so far to go in this, but they've done enough from the kills category. They need the multipliers now, and they cannot get caught in the third party. Omit NA wants a piece of this. Prodigy says, give it to me instead. Picks up Shifty, but can't clean him up, and down goes Echo, which means Prodigy's team completely in a blender and just a solo trying to play spoiler.
Okay, Omit NA 3 up in the north. Let's see what they can do. Taking the angles, and Biffle is just like, I've got to play ahead here. We've got more smokes. We'll check in with them later, but that is going to decide the entirety of the game. Mortar's going back and forth, and now FaZe, just a duo. You've got Team Aiden, you've got the Exile. Everyone is on the south side in cargo.
This is the best case scenario for the Falcons. They have enough kills right now as FaZe is in trouble. All they need is some multis. Look at their score in the top right-hand corner. They need 10 points. They get that by just staying alive. Position jockeying on this leaderboard. This time Aiden gonna come out on top. FaZe fully eliminated in, I think, 18th place. Not a ton of multis. FaZe might drop out of the top 5. Going into potentially what could be the last game pending the way this one is.
Down and out. Team Aiden looking for elims. 106 points. Drops the PDS, looks for the regain. Z-Smith likely about to get picked up here. We have a PDS in the back pocket. Everyone rotating in will take each other out, but it is the Falcons who own the north.
It's best case scenario. The Falcons can just lie in wait, let everybody kill each other, and take a 1.8 times multiplier. They have zone, they have high ground, they have everything they need, and all the teams that are contesting them are wiping each other. About to get into the top 10. We see DRN just barely fall out of top 10, go 11th. The Falcons are just mere milliseconds away from breaching 150 points. This will not end the tourney, but it does put us into win condition for the Falcons to win any map from here on out and win the whole tourney if they can survive just a little bit longer.
But who will challenge them? Look at the leaderboard, 147 points. If they get that
گرند گرفته زودتر از همه که هر کی اومد تو مسیر پدرشون رو در بیار.
I don't think they're going to get it. They're deep in the gas with the thermite on their heads. They've got a PDS. Sure, all 3 up. Potentially could sneak into top 5 here if they've maybe got a couple more PDSs. It's a good play, but it does look like CT Red getting mixy in the middle of this one. Dave Samir, Dark, Castillo, all 3 up.
Yes, and taking a position
right underneath FLS. They cleared out this building right on the edge of zone and have found a nice amount of kills in rotation. You can only expect CT Red to have a great game here and jump this leaderboard quite dramatically as FaZe Black is still in the mix. We got flanked on 6 again. This man is turning up on land on day 2, but deep in the gas, we are not out of the weeds yet.
This is tough. Look at that pull. The Falcons will have priority to it, and everyone on the opposing side. What do you do to breach the gap? They're already playing angles, and flanked, you're on the opposing side. We have to filter towards the north, but we want the elimination from Dark. This will help, especially when we're about to be in the top 5 multi.
Yeah, quite literally playing the definition of a spoiler right now. Shooting back from the gas, and I think they've maybe missed one. They didn't see FLS on top. Oh, no, there he is. See what Flank can do. Strixie's trying to make a heroic play, but the Falcons have done it, folks.
Falcon. ببین هایگران.
This tournament is not over, but we are one step closer, and the question is, will they close it out in a victory on the other side? Super Evan has the Falcons finally to their very first victory of day 2, and they breach our threshold. They are back, and they are ready to play.
It only took them 6 games to find the form that we are used to seeing.
تمام شد دیگه
the entire year
150 امتیاز گرفتن.
Warzone for Urzikstan. The family, the hype crew, front and center for the boys, and well, we saw how many eliminations they had. That 2x.
You see us get deep left?
اینم گیم نه تمام نشده بود. اینم گیم 7. 174 یعنی همین الان هم وایب بشن بردن.
Fucking loot. Teammates closer. Behind the store, behind the portable, Up that portable. Go over our back zip. Watch that portable, just make sure he's not in there.
The top side, listen, it's that end game 1.
Nothing.
You know what I'm talking about? Top side, you want to be on top side.
There you
go.
Right here. Yep. 3.
Well, the IGL Hisoka has spoken. He says top side.
همه STG دستشونه.
He's right. I'm sure he probably is. Now a couple teams in the area to play spoiler.
جونواره تو مپ هم STG دستشونه.
On that high ground position, they are outside the zone. The spot he's talking about is just to the south of that, and you actually see on our map that Omit EU is on the train tracks, just to the east side of that kind of northern end zone that he's talking about. So we'll see if it ends up going there. Omit NA has completely abdicated from this fight, and they've actually gone onto the island, dead center of all that water, and are reaping teams as well. So they're moving up this leaderboard pretty dramatically as FaZe Black is trying to creep down into zone, and they might be held here by the Falcons.
Oh, flanked down and out. The angles that you could take from this bridge. So, if you think about the biggest threats to it, it is FaZe Black. They dive down to the low ground here. Also, Exiles, the military base side of thing. XTH, you've got a couple more over there. Even Team Super Evan, but they've got to clear it out. And now Community, double-digit eliminations have set their sights onto Omit NA. Let it burn. We need 7 more points.
This island is ours. My goodness, Omit NA obliterated off the island, and Young's is swimming for his life right now, looking for any semblance of a multiplier. We have 16 teams remaining, and Community likely has done enough at this point. I'm not going to call it that they're past 150 points, but I'm sure they will be, especially if they can secure top 10, which is likely looking like it will be the case. You see Super Evan's team in the Salmon 9 off the right-hand side. Omit EU on the train right now, on the train's tracks. This is win condition that the Falcons were talking about. They got here early. Anybody else that's been playing a lot of scrims, they know this spot well. Shifty a little bit isolated, knowing that the Italians are down below. He is actually out in the gas, getting held by a couple teams from distance. He's going to smoke and run and try to help out his teammates by wiping these Italians. Unfortunately, there's a long angle on it.
There really is, but their ability to put themselves into a god spot with the least amount of resistance is uncanny. Team Super Evan there on the train, out in gas. Biffle with their eyes set straight onto him, but it backs on up. You can see Team Aiden from the south, out of Superstore we go. They seem closer to the circle alongside FaZe from the south. The big fight here is going to be Aiden. It's going to be Exiles as they reek up on that eastern side of things.
All eyes on the Falcons, but in the top right-hand corner, you see that FaZe is having a banger game right now. There is a chance if FaZe wins this, they can also breach 150 points. Yes, this might be the final map. These might be the final moments of the final map, where we could see several teams past our 150-point threshold at the end of this one. top 10 means community likely done enough. Super Evan falls in 11th. Unfortunately, no multipliers for you. But Ahsoka on high ground. It's youngsters playing spoiler as a solo from distance. Luckily, just a hair enough of cover to stay alive as Omit EU trying to regain, and Ahsoka has a flank.
And the angles, right? Omit EU, formidable foes, but they're already preoccupied with Team 8, and on the other side, Z-Smith down and out, and Omit NA wiped. Shifty, this is where he's gonna get crazy. He's gonna extend out, look for these eliminations. Third party at Omit EU. The formidable foes, they're down, they're out. More eliminations across the board, but Community 0.8 points away. They're still up in it. Can they get to 150? Can they stop the Falcons?
Unbelievable DJ Monster. Not a lot of eliminations and stay alive, but the Falcons have all three up and everybody else is killing each other. The Falcons are in the best position to win it all.
بهتر اینجا ببین بازم رفتن آگران جای خوب. آقا بازی همش به تاکتیکه. همینجور بخوای برید هدفگیریت هم صد باشه میخوری از پشت که میزنته. واقعا پلیرم به تاکتیک اومدن تو بازی، یعنی با برنامه اومدن تو مسابقات. کل سال داشتن تمرین میکردن.
They were a wild card for a reason, was that Team Clapper, but what can they do when you have the playable space, when you have the angles? They're unleashing their inner kaijus and reaping it straight across. To Lennon we go. FIFA sitting ducks in the water.
There's no chance. The Falcons have the best position. All three up. Plenty of resources. Look how many plates they have. Everything is going their way. The only thing that could make this difficult is if this next zone pulls towards Rocket. If they get the pull, maybe. The problem is it's in the water. It's got to pull all the way to Freddy for this to even be a problem for the Falcons. They've got the best spot. It does. It goes to the Falcons. They have the best spot. They are going to win this game in just a matter of time. They're absolutely
قشنگ زون میاد سمت خودشونه دیگه، از همون خط میرن.
this tournament from being over.
And they are just putting the pressure onto everyone. Left out into the gas we go. Biffle wants to claim the top of that elimination leader, but wants to cement the dynasty. We talked about it.
بهتر اینجا ببین.
I don't know, but they could cement themselves in history here.
The Falcons, the flip of the coin, lands on a nice edge. Freddy, Zanks, you have no chance, my friends. All three up, and they're going to style on.
Bye bye.
The Falcons needed one. The Falcons are your champions. They are inevitable. The dynasty has been etched in stone forever. The Falcons are the best Warzone team of all time. There is no question. There is no debate. No one can shake their finger at him and say, not today. Think about the history. Think about the other teams. The Falcons are the best team to ever grace this game.
You heard it from the Falcons themselves. The interview stating that there is not a single player in the world that they would ever replace one another with. If this is Biffle's last dance, you might as well write the perfect final chapter here in Urzikstan.
کافم بندازن.
Venture, Falcons. Falcons should also won a trophy.
In Supreme alongside Shifty as the one of their prizes, the trophy here, lifted by some of the greatest of all times.
There is no more question. There's no mark on anybody's name. Everybody believes these are the best three players in the world. The Falcons are your World Series of Warzone 2024 champions.
آقا تمومه. امیدوارم لذت برده باشیم. باز میان با مسابقات دیگه، باز میان انشالله که همراه ما باشید. دوستتون دارم. خداحافظ.